What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be going over all the best cards in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM that you can get for under 5k MT. So these guys are the extreme budget players. Well, actually no, I probably will do. Honestly, I think at some stage I will look for the best extreme budget players for like less than 1k MT, because I'm not going to say there are, if you're playing on next gen, which I'm not even sure what, I'm on my PS5 right now, I'm not sure what gen this is. I just need to actually check the badges to make sure. Slithery, is there any? Okay, is there steady? I know he has steady. I just need to make sure steady is still. I'm on current gen. Okay, so I'm on current gen right now. There's a whole bunch of guys that are less than 1000 MT that are viable on next gen. However, current gen, not so much. There's not a lot of guys that are really viable that are like very cheap. So yeah. That is pretty much it. So now we are going to go over the top 5 for under 5k MT. No, all of these guys are usable on current gen, but you gotta find out ways to hide them. However, all these guys are great on next gen. They're all great on next gen, but you do have to be a little bit more tactical in how to hide them on current gen, because not all these cards are perfect and a lot of them do have weaknesses. So anyway, we're gonna start off with an honorable mention. Number 11, I gotta mention this guy because I think he's great. Like, if you could find a Boris Diaw for under 5k, he'd be even better, but like, it's rare. Well, it's very rare you're gonna find him for under 5k. But Brian Scalabrine for like 2k MT, maybe less. A whole bunch of free packs. He comes in a whole bunch of free packs, but he's a beast. And the reason why he's been so cheap and so many of them is that, again, he's been in all these free packs. Around 2000 MT, you are getting a guy who's 6'9", got great shooting badges, as well as that got bronze clamps. So players, it's not the bronze clamps makes him a good defender, it means players won't run right through him. Really good 3-ball, hot zones everywhere, and a great release. But he is coming in at number 11. At number 10, we have a two-way tie, and I think these are two players that is just personal preference. So first up, I'm going to say for like tied 10th is Korver. I think next gen Korver is like outstanding. He is outstanding on next gen. However, current gen, he does leave a bit to be desired. Like, don't have him on this account. I use him on my No Money Spent account on Xbox, but he leaves a good bit to be desired on current gen. Like, he's got Hall of Fame steady, which is a bit of a problem, but that is Hall of Fame blinders on next gen, which is an unbelievably good badge. But he's got like Deadeye gold, range extender gold, a fantastic release in my opinion. He's a sniper, 95 3-ball, and even though his speed and everything is bad, he actually sticks D quite well on next gen, because, well, everybody plays like an NBA player. So I definitely would not use my current gen. For getting a similar thing, I would honestly look at Ray Allen. Like, Ray Allen, I forgot about how cheap he is. So basically with Ray Allen, what you're getting is you're basically getting a more athletic version of a Kyle Korver. So he's 6'5", a goal catch and shoot corner specialist, clutch shooter, deadeye range, gold steady, which is gold blinders on next gen. He's got 93 3. He's not really going to be much of a dunker, but his speed is that bit better than Korver's. Lateral quickness is that bit better, and again, he's just that little bit better on current gen in my opinion. He is just really a sniper. It's not like he does too much else other than that. And the lack of clamps and defense means on this system, people are just going to run right by him. Now, you're literally just going to sprint through him. However, next gen is not too bad. So the reason why these guys are down quite low is because most people are going to be playing current gen, but next gen I would definitely give these guys the edge over the guy who I'm going to put in at number 9. And at number 9, I'm going to put in Trevor Ariza. This is a card that I really like. I'm going to say it is now. You can sometimes get Andrew Wiggins for less than 5k, but for me, Trevor Ariza is better. Ariza has got hot zones everywhere, and next gen, I think I'd probably take Wiggins over him, but current gen, I'm taking Ariza 10 times out of 10. Ariza, in my opinion, has got one of the easiest releases in the game to green. Maybe it's just me, but he's 6'8". Unfortunately, can't play it 2, but he's a small forward. A goal catch and shoot. Again, with hot zones everywhere. He hits everything for me. Bronze clamps, bronze heart crusher. And a good enough 3-ball, pretty good speed, and, well, pretty decent speed and really good lateral quickness. So overall, he is a guy that I really do like. And for number 9 on this list, again, he's a guy that works really well. He's okay on next gen. He's usable, but he's really good on current gen. And the fact that he's like 800 MT kind of puts him in like a different class. Because you can get this guy for basically discard value. He's just so cheap, and maybe it's the value that's putting him higher than someone like a Wiggins, but man, he's a card that I really like. At number 8, we are going to be putting in a guy who's pretty good on both gens, but doesn't excel on either. I would say I would have thought he was a little bit better when I first used him, but he's still pretty good. It is Doc Rivers. I mean, he's been in basically all these lists. He is still perfectly fine to use at the point guard position. Is he going to be great? No. If you guys have seen me on my No Money Spent account, I actually need to make another episode of that soon. But his behind the back is nice. Everything's good. A Pro 3 behind the back, a competent shooter. Good. I like goal dimer and stuff. Go quick for his step. His stats are good. Bronze clamps, you can't run through him. 6'4", so good length. Not good dunking off him. If he's wide open, he will get a dunk. Good enough 3-point shooter. A bit of a weird release, which you have to get used to. But like, if you can get used to it, it'll hit. He's also got pretty decent perimeter defense. Really good speed. Good lateral quickness. And just in general, one of the most underrated point guards in this game. For under 5k, again, he is... I think there is a better player. There's definitely a better point guard, but you can't go wrong with this guy. Would I advise you to save up a little bit of MT and go and get yourself a Steve Francis? 1,000,000%. I would definitely strongly encourage you to save up your whatever 10k MT and get yourself a Steve Francis. But if you're on your way working up, getting yourself a Doc, because you're not losing anything for tax, you're using 200 MT or something. Getting yourself a Doc Rivers is a great player. So now we are at number 7. And this is the only of the current NBA players. I was considering putting in Paul George because he's a god on next gen. He is not it on current gen. I'm sorry, he just can't hit shots. He just can't hit shots at a high enough rate that I would use him. However, Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson's gone expensive. Klay was like 900 coins when I made my last video about like the best players for every budget. Klay's out here at 2,000 MT. That's mad. Still, either way though, Klay will be down to not... Whenever there's packs, Klay will be down to 900 coins. So like, I'm going to actually compare Klay to this Klay right here. Because this Klay is like 40, 50k. So you've got 22 silver badges. Unfortunately, he only has silver catch and shoot instead of Hall of Fame catch and shoot. But he's got silver catch and shoot, silver clamps, silver range extender, silver heart crusher. Yeah, you've got gold heart crusher in this one. I'm not sure if I put gold heart crusher on him. Gold intimidator. But only silver range again. You got silver range. You got basically all the same amount of badges. Well, almost the same amount of badges. Just a few of them are a little bit downgraded. I still think that this Klay Thompson here, he's not quite as good as the Amethyst, but man, he gives you a lot of what the Amethyst gives you. Like, the Amethyst is definitely better, but by how much, I don't know. Like, if you're looking for a 3-and-D cone and you've got less than 5k to spend, there is a guy who's better than Klay, but when I say a guy is better than Klay, I mean singular. There's one better 3-and-D cone than Klay Thompson that you can get for less than 5k MT. And the fact he's down here at number 7, man, I could make an argument he should be higher. The reason why people don't use him is because for the first 2.5 months of the game, the Klay glitch existed. Okay, Klay's actually down lower in price. I was a little bit worried there. But the Klay glitch where you used to guard centers, I'm not even sure if it's a real thing, but all you have to do is literally switch his matchup so that he guards the opposing player. Like, you can very, very easily, in the matchup before the game, just switch it. And he ends up guarding the right player. So that is a great thing about Klay. Now we're on to number 6, and this is the best point guard in my opinion for under this price. And it is in the team ups packs. CP3. CP3. I can't believe I'm saying this. It was just like with Patrick Ewing last year. There is no player I hated more in 2K20 than Patrick Ewing. There was no player I hated more in 2K19 than Opal CP3, because he was the first Opal that came out, and I remember I made a video about him, and I literally was like, in the whole video, I'm like, this card is absolutely terrible. And it was the very first gameplay of Chris Paul that came out, and it was back in the day when you were expected to say every single card is a god in every gameplay, and I got so much hate for it. The card sucked. And this dude here is really good. This is the best Chris Paul has been in 2K in a long, long time. CP3 Pink Diamond last year, you know what, was okay. I'll admit that it was okay. But he came out right before all the juice cards, so it was okay for like a week until we got all the absolutely juice cards. I think it was 2 weeks before Point Guard Giannis, which rendered it absolutely unusable, that card. But CP3 right here, goal quick for a step, silver catch and shoot, a release that's not actually as bad as it's been in previous years. On next gen, he's even better. Silver clamp, silver intimidator. He's got good enough 3-ball, can't dunk it, but he's got really good speed. Good handle, good lateral quickness, and it's just overall a really good card. Definitely a card that I'm shocked I like as much as I do. I really, really did not think I would like Chris Paul as much as I do, but he's a beast. He's an absolute beast, lads. That's all I'm going to say. He's in here at number 6. And number 5 is the best offensive player that you can get for under this price, and it's not even close. Even the dude who I have in here at number 1 is not as good offensively as this guy right here, Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon is a god. The funny thing is that I don't like him that much on next gen, which is a surprise because you'd think normally the offensive beasts are even better when they translate because players play better defense without any badges. But I'm telling you, man, Eric Gordon current gen is next level. He's got gold catch and shoot, gold corner special. His release is cash. He's got gold quick first step, gold tireless shooter, gold volume shooter as well. He's got silver range extender. But 93-3, 70 dunk of death. Like, you can dunk it on everybody with 70 dunk, trust me. He's also got, or with an exactly 70 dunk, you dunk it on everybody. He's got 92 speed, which is ridiculous. He's got 75 lateral quickness. So with the speed glitching, with everything, he has got everything you need in this game. He is an absolute beast. Absolute beast offensively. He plays no defense whatsoever. Like, if you can find, you have to find a way to hide him. And he's tough to hide. Put him on the other team's cone, and you can kind of get away with him. But, man, I'm telling you, offensively, he's as good as any card under 50k. Maybe there's a player I can't think of, but, man, there's not many guys offensively, especially on current gen, that are better than him under 50k. He is just a non-factor on defense. Just be aware of that. Now we are on to number 4. And this dude, man, he's so good. Jeff Green, Emerald. How is it? I don't even have the words to describe this card here. I'm going to buy him. Like, I will never use him on this account unless there's like an Emeralds limited. By the way, speaking of that, I do actually need to finish limited. But, man, he is just next level. He's so good. He is so good for an Emerald card. For 1,000 MT. He as well is in that, like, section of players that are like around 1,000 MT are usable. He's an ultra budget card. Dude's 6'8", got one of the best releases in the game. He's got 5 golds. He's got bronze quick first step. He's got bronze clamps. He's got bronze catch and shoot, which is not too bad. A couple of hot zones. He's got a decent 3-ball. Great mid-range shot. Dunks the ball really well. Got a really good ball handle. Got really nice speed for power forward and good lateral quickness. And even with his stats and badges, he plays better. He plays way better than stats and badges. If you guys used Jeff Green last year, you know how good Jeff Green is in 2K. And trust me, he belongs number 4 under 5K. Yeah, there's some rubies under him. Right now, I have badged up Diao, so I will take Diao over him. Give me Jeff Green off rip over Diao off rip. Like, no badges added. Give me Jeff Green over Diao. That's how good I think Jeff Green is. Then we're on to number 3, and we are staying in the possessed set. And it's the best center by a country mile under 5 KMT. Dino Raja. Dino freaking Raja. The dude's got like a 17-foot wingspan. I've never seen a guy block shots like this card. He is, like, he's not going to give you what a Mutombo gives you in terms of just size and just bulk for setting screens. But I'm telling you, he can push the floor. He's a great mid-range shooter. He's got 8 golds, a bunch of silvers. He can shoot for next gen. He's money from the corners because his release is quality. He's also got a 63 ball only, which isn't great, but trust me, he's money from the corners. Hot zones everywhere inside the mid-range. 87 mid. Not a great handle, but actually kind of dribbles the ball all right in half court. That speed, ball, and acceleration are comparable with Diamond Draymond Green. Not great lateral quickness. He's at 80 strength, and that's gigantic wingspan. Like, it's a legit 7'11", like. But it feels longer. Like, his wingspan feels longer than Will Chamberlain's. This dude right here is better than Will's. Oh, he's so nice. He's so good. There is nothing bad. Next gen, there's nothing bad about him. Current gen, he doesn't shoot the 3-ball great. One of the best rebounders, one of the best shot blockers, and he's got super speed. I am telling you right now, There will be a version of Dino Raja who is the best center in the game at some stage. If we go and get a Diamond Dino in like February, I don't know, maybe March, April, if they give us like a proper god tier Dino like they did last year, with the way the game plays and the way he moves this year, he will be better than last year. I'm saying it right now, he will be better than last year. And Dino was a god last year. He will be better this year. So then we're on to the top 2, and if you know anything about me or you know anything about budget cards, there is a clear top 2 players for under 5k. And 2 is Bruce Bowen. Bruce Bowen, hot zones everywhere outside the 3, which is really important if you're on current gen. It is actually really important. Bruce Bowen's a lot better on current gen than he is on next gen because a lot of his like strengths don't really transfer over. So for example, the hot zone thing isn't that big a difference on next gen, but on current gen, because of the hot zones, he hits everything. And then clamps isn't as big a deal, and he's got gold clamps, as well as the tendencies aren't as big a deal either on ball. So he's got gold catch and shoot, gold corner specialist, gold pick dodger, gold chase, and has gold clamps. He's got gold intimidator as well, gold hot cylinder, gold slippery off ball, gold steady, which is blinders on next gen, which is good. But an 88 3 ball, not only that, he's got 96 perimeter defense, 96 lateral quickness. So he is a lockdown defender who will hit basically everything around the 3-point line. I'm not going to say he's a better 3-point shooter or 3-and-D cone than Klay Thompson because he doesn't have range. Oh man, Bruce Bowen, in terms of just an absolute lockdown defender, just overall fantastic player, 5k, he is unbelievable. However, there is one player that is, you guys should know who's number 1. This is the most obvious choice. It's Nick Anderson. If you guys looked at my 250k team, a video coming up later, I finished 28th in the world. And I had Nick Anderson in my team. Nick Anderson. Why does it only say he played? Oh yeah, no rage quits. The dude barely missed for me. The guy barely missed. He did not put a foot wrong in 250k. Nick Anderson right now is 3,000 MT, if not less. He is 3k, if not less. And he made my team over. Let me just show you guys who else I could have picked. So at that backup 2 guard position, I could have chosen Tyreek Evans. I could have chosen a Gary Payton and run 2-point guards. I could have chose Sleepy Floyd, who has range extender. Let's not forget that. I've Sleepy Floyd ranged up. I could have gone 2-point guards and ran Steve Francis at the 1 and Monte Ellis at the 2. I could have ran with Coutinho Mobley, sniper. Could have ran with Mitch Richmond, Michael Cooper. I paid 45k for a half quick first step Michael Cooper, and he was being kept out of the team by Nick Anderson. Look at the amount of great players that could have gone in. I had so many guys that could have played at that 2-guard position. But Nick Anderson is the guy that I used, and I had a lot of success with his bench lineup right here. Except for Kevin Garnett. He sucked. He absolutely sucked. But yeah, so 93 3 ball. Unreal. Release. Absolutely cash. Money release. An unbelievably easy release time. 83 ball handle plus 3 floor general on everyone or coach. Good steal and perimeter defense. Pretty nice speed through ball acceleration. 84 lateral quickness. As well as that, 10 gold badges, catch and shoot, gold range extender. Steady's a little bit of a problem, but you know what? Was not a problem for me. He's got bronze clamps and bronze deadeye. The only problem with this guy on current gen is this. He does not have hot zones from the 2 wings, which is, it's definitely a problem on current gen. But man, next gen, this guy is not only, he's the best wing I've used on next gen. Like, he's better than Amethyst Clay. He's better than Paul Pierce. He's been, the only wing I think has been better than him on next gen is Glenn Robinson, because I run him at the 3 a lot of the time on next gen, because I play Draymond at the 4 just because height makes more of a difference. So yeah, that is pretty much it. The obvious number 1 is Nick Anderson. And a lot of good players under 5k. If you run the 10 or those 10 guys, I'm not sure if we even have 2 centers, but if you run those guys in current gen, you'd be in with a good chance to win. If you know what you're doing. If you run those guys in next gen, you can compete with anybody. It's just crazy. Again, next gen, the players matter a million, as in like, not the players in game, as in like the person using the players matters a million times more than the cards, whereas on current gen, the cards matter more than anything else. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.